What's up everybody, Demon back, and welcome to a brand new video. So this is kind of a crappy day to be making a news update in the Godzilla fanbase because I have to address something huge that has happened with Godzilla that's not related to any of the movies, and that is that GojiFan 1993, one of the most popular, if not the most popular Godzilla YouTuber, he retired today. I don't want to use the word quit because even though that's the word he uses, I feel like that's a bit more of a bit of a harsher name than it needs to be called. He's basically just retiring. He's moving on with his life after he's done this YouTube thing for how long he's done it, which is 4 years as of today. So first of all, happy 4-year anniversary to his channel. Second of all, I've seen a lot of people have been commenting to me like, hey, did you know about this? Like, did you see this video? What are your thoughts on this? All this stuff. So I want to give my thoughts on it. You guys should know by now. If you've been on my channel long enough, you should know. I'm not really 100% one of those die-hard GojiFan fans. I never, went after people like Nerfman for roasting on him. That's not why I went after Nerfman. But I was never one of those kind of fans of his. I just liked his stuff and I would watch here and there. But I do have to acknowledge how much he did for the Godzilla community. I mean, he's done a whole lot. He basically built it from scratch. And I'm not referring to the Godzilla community as in Godzilla fans. No, I'm not saying he's the first and only Godzilla fan. I'm saying he's the one who really kicked things off with YouTube. When you think about old school Godzilla YouTubers, you don't think about Louis Duran or me or anything like that. Well, most people don't think about me, but you don't think about any of this stuff. You think about him. He was the Godzilla YouTuber for the longest time, so it is pretty sad to see him go. And honestly, guys, like I said, I was never a die-hard fan of his videos, but watching his final video, it is sad. It's a sad video. That's mostly because the music he plays is really sad, and he's just down to earth, real, let me talk for a minute, you guys gotta listen, hear me out kind of thing. It's not a fun video if you're a fan of his. So I just thought I'd address that, and I really want to get the point across that you should not be mad, you should not be upset, you should be supportive. I mean, if someone wants to quit YouTube, that's completely their decision. No one else can make that decision for them. You can't force them to quit and you can't force them to stay. If they don't want to do it anymore, they shouldn't have to do it anymore. And that's why I think we should be supportive of it instead of being sad and like, oh, I can't believe you do this to me. You got me so sad. Now I'm angry. You shouldn't do that. That's just, that is not the point. The point is to be supportive. And honestly, he makes a lot of good points in his video about why he quit. I mean, when you think about it, he 100% nails it. The comments are garbage in this community. Sorry to all of you guys, the comments are garbage in this community for the most part. This community is a very toxic community. He nailed that one on the head. It is not like it used to be. YouTube is definitely not a safe place to be. I mean, I've been getting pretty destroyed in comments these past few days. Now, I don't know why, but, well, I personally think it's kind of funny, so I don't have quite a problem with it, but I can understand where he's coming from. This community is a pretty garbage community in terms of the way people act. And I've participated in that myself. I'm not some saint. I'm not God or anything like that. I'm not preaching here. I'm just saying he makes a lot of really good points on why he quit, and therefore we should support him because it is his decision. But as you guys have probably figured out from the title, this isn't strictly going to be a goodbye, farewell to GojiFan, although that is the main point of this video, the main start point of this video. This is Godzilla news and updates, so let's get into some news. So first of all, we have more photos of that never used Godzilla puppet. Yes, guys, it was never used. Please get off my back about it. It was not used in the movie, alright? It was they did a test shoot with it that didn't work. Not one shot of this puppet makes it into the movie. This is confirmed in the art of Shin Godzilla. So as you guys can see here, here are all the pictures of it that were made, that we've gotten. A lot of really cool pictures, really cool stuff. I mean, it's a cool puppet. I wish it did make it into some shots. I wish the movie was practical effects. I want another practical effects Godzilla. We're never gonna get it again. I don't think we're ever gonna get it again is the sad thing. Now moving on to the third news story, which is Universal Japan. Alright, Universal Japan's 4D Godzilla ride. Some new news about it, some really cool stuff. So here's a couple more pictures of the ride, of the actual 4D experience that we haven't really seen before. Here, you guys can check this out. You guys have Godzilla's tail, and then some couple shots from inside the cockpit of a plane. Cool stuff, I guess. That's not the main point of this, because the main point of this is to talk about the merchandise. So there is a lot of merchandise that we've been seeing recently for the 4D experience, and it is really cool. Like I said in my last video, I want those Godzillas with the globes in their mouth because they're cool. Alright, they're kind of fun, and like, I'd assume they're more of cheapy little stuff, whereas this stuff is really interesting. So they repainted the Bandai Shin Gojira, and they repainted it purple to have the purple atomic breath effect. So that is awesome. You guys can see it comes in multiple different sizes as well, which is cool. I can't quite tell what other sizes it comes in, but it looks like we're gonna get the standard size and then maybe the larger version of the figure. I can't quite tell. It looks like there's a size difference. Maybe I'm just seeing things. But here you guys see there's a close-up. A lot of them. They just repainted the dorsal fins. I never got my hands on the first version of it, so I'd really like to get my hands on this one. And it also looks like you're producing more of it, so hopefully, you know, the price won't be as freaking insanely expensive as the other ones are, but who knows. Now, the last piece of merchandise that we want to be talking about is confusing. I don't get it. Like, who would want this? So, Shin Godzilla Food, alright? When you think of Godzilla, when you think of Shin Godzilla, what do you think of? I don't think of food, but they put, like, a Godzilla footprint on some food. Bam, Shin Godzilla Food, Universal Japan only, alright? If you guys want it, go there, tell me how it is, because it looks alright. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. But the last bit of news is something I'm super excited for, and this is nothing official. This comes from a great YouTuber. He is one of my inspirations. He is one of my favorite YouTubers. He's called Gorizards. This comes from him. He is part of the SOS crew, Sons of Sarazawa podcast. He claims, now, if you guys follow his channels, yes, channels, if you follow his channels, you know that he has a lot of projects that he starts and then never really finishes, and I'm specifically referring to your top 15 kaiju or your top 15 Godzilla films that you and Kaiju Noir did. I would like you to finish those, because those were good. But what I'm specifically referring to with this case is that he says he's going to do this thing where he is going to redo Godzilla 1998 and fix it. So, I don't hate Godzilla 1998. I think it's a fine movie. It's a kind of a crappy Godzilla movie. I think it's a fine monster movie. It's a cheesy, fun movie, at the very least. It's, you know, you're not going to go in there like you're going to go into the 54 Godzilla or Shin Godzilla and be like, oh, I want to think. But you're going to go into it and be like, turn my brain off and let's do it and have some popcorn. So I think it's, you know, I think it's a fine movie. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. But I am excited to see his version, because he's going to, I want to call it like a Toho re-edition of the movie, where he is going to be inserting Toho music. He is going to be basically transforming Godzilla 1998. He's going to turn it into the movie that we all wanted. And that is something that's awesome. Now, he can't fix the Godzilla design, obviously, and he says, I Facebook messaged him about it. He said he's going to have some problems trying to work with these Zilla babies, Godzilla's babies in the movie, but he's going to do his best to bring it around to be a Toho film. He put out a little teaser for this. It includes Toho music, sound effects, and I'm excited for it because I really want to see a Toho edition of Godzilla 1998. There's also this really sweet Twitter clip of Godzilla 1998 using the atomic breath. I think it's a sweet fix to the otherwise pretty stupid scene of the movie. If Gorizards does stuff like that, I think this will be a really amazing fan edit. I cannot wait for it to be finished, and I'm going to continue to support it and promote it until it's done. Now, Gorizards put out, I want to call it a teaser for it, and I'm going to play a clip here so you guys can see his version. If you want to see the full version, I'll leave a link down below to Toku Legion, where you guys can see the full version. That is Toku Legion on Facebook, and you guys can check out the full version there. And then I suggested to him, I sent in the same clip but I sent my version into him and I said, check this out if you want some more ideas. Not that mine are better, just, you know, it's good to have multiple perspectives on things, so check this out if you want some more ideas. So I'll play some clips of mine. Now the thing with mine is, I did a lot with sound design, but I couldn't do a ton because I don't have anything to record DVDs directly off of anymore, as of this moment. So I had to screen grab his, which included all the audio of his, which meant that I couldn't remove the music he adds in towards the end. So I had to just amplify my music. So if I were to redo that, and I were to redo it the same way he did, no, the music wouldn't be that loud. You could still hear the people talking, you could hear the dialogue, and you would hear the sound effects better, but I had to amplify the music so that you couldn't hear his, which was a mistake on my part. I should have just, you know, gotten that thing back so I could re-record DVDs, but I'm lazy, so whatever. Anyways, if you want to see the full clip of that one, go check out the link to the D-Man1954 Facebook page where I'll be posting it in support of Gorizard and all that. So really, today this was just a, you know, Universal Japan's got some Shin Godzilla stuff and let's support some YouTubers kind of thing, because we need to support GojiFan and him leaving, alright? He did so much for this Godzilla community, and I think it's ridiculous if people turn on him and be like, oh, you can't leave, I hate you. I've seen people do that with other YouTubers before. I have not seen anyone do it to him yet, which is why I'm extremely happy, but I've seen people do it before to other YouTubers, and also the fact that he talks about this community is pretty toxic if you really look at it. It really is. He makes some amazing points on why he quit. And, you know, I can relate. I'm not going to quit, but I can relate. And so, also, Gorizard is awesome, and that's the purpose of this video. Just help everyone out in this community. I've been trying to be less of a fighter in this community. Usually when people would be like, oh, your opinion sucks, here's how it actually happened, usually I fight them and I'm like, no, here's why you're wrong. But recently I've kind of taken a different approach, and there's been multiple people in my comments who have seen it where I'm basically like, well, that's your opinion. Your opinion's not mine. You're not going to change mine. I don't wish to change yours. Have a nice day. We're all fans of the same thing here. That's pretty much it for today, guys. There will be a second video today because I wasn't going to do this. I was not going to do this Godzilla news update. I was going to save it for Friday. I need to get this news out about GojiFan because I wanted to show that I'm supporting him. You guys should too, because I don't want this to turn into a negative situation for him. This should be something positive, and that's what I want to put out here. So there will be a second news update today, but it won't be for Godzilla, it will be for Kong. There is some Skull Island news that I really was wanting to talk about today, and that will come out later tonight. So see you guys then. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. D-Man out.